Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Happy Friday.
I got my thumb up.
Friday. Hey.
How's it? Hey, how's everybody?
Hey.
Hey.
It's cool.
All right.
How you doing?
I can't complain. Trying to stay warm, that's all.
Yeah, well, we've been lucky, considering what date it is, First week of December. Man, back when I was a young, I guess it must be global warming, because back when I was a youngin', I tell you what.
Yeah, we would have been freezing
first week
by
in
now.
December, boy, it would be, whew.
All right. All right, so what's happening tonight, Poppa DD?
Well,
what's the top of the hour?
My topic tonight is that, what do you think about us not hearing yet from any kind of Republicans with this situation with the kids getting, unfortunately, hurt, killed in the school? Haven't heard anything about the Republicans peeking their nose in, and especially about the, the parents being accused. You usually hear, Marjorie Greene or Ted Cruz or...
Yeah.
Why do you think they're being so quiet? Let's do the round table on that for a minute.
I think they're not trying to stick their nose in a hornet's nest, because now you're talking about kids getting shot, killed, and I think they finally realized that sometimes it's better to just shut up. You don't need to comment on everything, especially when your comment has no value, no purpose. Just shut up. If ain't nobody ask you, shut up. So that's my comment. I think they just finally learned the value of shutting up.
Yeah. What you think, Ketel? We ain't heard from no Republicans on this. They've been quiet since the shooting, and they...
I guess, have we checked on Fox News or anything? Did any of you talking on Fox News?
Nah, we would have heard it over Fox. I think when they say something concerning something, they got to do with something that's going on. We hear it through all other medias be talking about what happened on Fox News, saying, well, this is what Ted Cruz said on Fox News today. But they've been like quiet as church mice, so I'm wondering why you think.
Those guns that they're bringing in. The Republicans, I think majority of them have something to do with bringing those guns and things in the United States. So that's probably what's going on. That's why. Because it's always, we back at this point again with the gun situation. And, they find money to send to people and then they shut them up. Start this cycle all over again, with these guns. So. And you probably won't hear anything from them. So if somebody reports or interviews them and they talk about it, of course they're going to evade the question. That's what they always do. So doesn't surprise.
Well, even if somebody asks them, they'll probably give that regular canned response of our hearts and prayers or with the families of the victims. It's an unfortunate situation, yada yada.
So. They're not saying nothing, huh? Just quiet as church mouse.
Yep, which is what they need to be. What you say about it, Poppa DD?
I just think that the situation, this particular situation was so so blatantly neglectful, on everything that some of these white folks believe in when it comes to guns. I think that these parents have, and I'm sure they're Trump supporters. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they wasn't. I doubt if they voted for Biden. I got news for you. And then to buy the boy a gun for his birthday and all that stuff, and then, that was my gift to my child, not birthday, for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And all that. And for them to be listening, because I think that some people, how they say sometimes crazy knows crazy?
True.
I think some people really know when to shut up, even though they got the image of being crazy, the girl. But then again, some of them don't, because I think that one, what's her name? Marjorie Green?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I think she got to be advised to shut up. She got to take the advice of somebody. Some of her people got told her to be quiet. But I just think the whole scenario of this whole situation, all the texts they got and the parents saying don't do it, and then the school neglect. I think that nobody wants to speak on that right now because it's a hot topic. It's a hot topic, and it would be detrimental to your political career for you to have an opinion on just how messed up that situation was, on how the parents brought him the gun, knew about the gun was missing, they knew it was missing as it was happening. Oh, my God.
Well, you can talk about it later. That's going to be a hot topic story anyway.
No, I'm sure. But I'm just saying the reason why the Republicans haven't squawked like a duck on it. Yeah, well, it doesn't change the laws of the guns and the Second Amendment rights. And I'm just surprised I haven't heard none of that. But I just think that right now it's a hot topic and 4 people are dead.
Too hot to handle.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
That's that.
All right. Well, let's go into the rundown. You ready for us, Ketel?
Sure thing. All right.
All right. Fire it up.
All right. Buckle up. Democratic Stacey Abrams announces governor's race.
Yay! Hey. Go for it, girl.
Yep. Omicron variant found in 5 states. Also, Ethan Crumbley charged with terrorism. A hidden and quitted headline, Simone Sanders leaves the VP's office. Also, cryptocurrency, executives to be questioned in Congress. RZ3 is back in the news. Immediately gets called out after announcing his new book. This week, NFL players suspended for violating the COVID-19 rules. Also, Barbados cuts ties with Queen Elizabeth II, becomes a republic. And House Democratic, Rihanna seems like she's happy. House Dem demand Boebert be stripped of committee assignments. Also, our cocktail of the week, we got a surprise for you. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? Our weird news, of course, we have to lighten it up. Woman gets drunk, falls asleep next to a guinea pig. Also, PETA launches horrifying human leather online shop. And a man feeds a rare deep sea monster on the beach. Okay, I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap up, the kiss list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topic.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
Yes, every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine stepping on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
Now she gonna sing
What number to call?
Call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're easy. We're liberal. We're easy. Eastern time. We're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock on the West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains, or in the...
Yeah, 7 in the mountains,
around
8 o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that, we're like an hour back.
Yeah.
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 CP time.
CP time, 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It is 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right. It's time to heat it up with the hot topics for the week. Ooh, what a week it has been. Oh, my goodness. So much happening. All right, Ketel, I'm going to send it over to you. Let's get it cracking with the hot topics.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Democratic Stacey Abrams, she announces her governor's race. Hello, finally. She announced it this past Wednesday that she is running for governor of Georgia, most likely setting up a rematch against the Republican Governor Brian Kemp. How did he get there? We don't know. Cheating. Abrams, a voting right activist and former candidate for governor, social media, announcing because opportunity in our state shouldn't be determined by zip code, background, or access to power. Go ahead, girl. She was credited with helping organize black voters in the South to help catapult Democrats to key victories last year. All right, with including Joe Biden's narrow in Georgia. Abrams, she's a former Democratic leader of the General Assembly, has worked on issues related to voting rights for a decade. So she's got the credentials. She became a household name in 2018 when she lost her bid for governor, accusing Republicans of engaging in voter suppression, mostly affecting black voters. It ain't nothing new. Goes on to say the campaign would most likely be supported by Abrams' Fair Right political organization. Go ahead, girl. Which she launched as she ended her 2018 campaign. That's a pretty damn good organization. The group reported that it raised about $51 million last year. Go ahead, girl. Kemp said in a statement that Abrams' far-left agenda of open borders, gun confiscation, high taxes, and anti-law enforcement policies don't reflect who we are as Georgians. Racist ass white people. He mentioned the word guns in it. We just talked about that. Okay. Next November's election for governor is a battle for the soul of our state. In the fight against Stacey Abrams, the failed Biden agenda, and their woke allies to keep Georgia the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Oh, wow. So it goes on to say, if Abrams wins, she will become the first black governor of Georgia and the first black woman elected governor in U.S. history. Why does it take so damn long? It makes no sense.
Really? I didn't realize that.
I didn't know.
Okay.
So, interesting. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. We need all back if I... Hey, let's get it in.
I wish her well. I hope she can do it.
Yeah, she will. She will. It's got to go through because she's going to be like, what's the Kumo D with the suits? Our boy, the black leader. He just called out some black leaders because the man was claiming there were so many black leaders down there. Oh, my God.
Sharpton?
Sharpton, yep. She's going to call Sharpton and the rest of them. That's what she's going to do.
Call the black pastors and tell them we need you.
There you go. That's what she's going to do. Put the word out. Look, even Hillary going to show up. All the Clintons going to show up. Oh, they black anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Get them all. All right.
Get them all.
Well, everybody who's in Georgia, and you know anybody in Georgia, tell them to go and support Stacey Abrams and vote for Stacey.
Right.
Just make it happen.
I know that's right. What you think, Papa? You think she's going to win this, or you think they're going to cheat again?
I know they setting up already to cheat. The minute she announced it, they round up the horses, and the only way they could win is to cheat. But I tell you, that whole Southern thing, that scares me. It just, I don't know. You really got to have a certain type of thick skin to survive that, that South move.
Yeah.
That's some heavy stuff down there.
Well, with all the scrutiny with the voting, I think it's harder for them to mess with that. So now the move is to make it difficult to vote, and then they start with all that gerrymandering when they start changing the boundaries so that they can keep a certain number of black folks from being in one area. They start changing the lines, drawing all these crazy zigzag lines through counties and stuff so that they can break up the black block of votes. So, they're going to do all of the stuff that they can do to try to keep her from getting that job. So, people in Georgia, please pay attention.
When is this, 2024?
She's running for governor, which election? Is that coming up in 22?
It sure is, yeah. That's why she announced it, but my thing is her strategy, maybe she should announce it just before she get ready to run or something, because they gonna try it. Because she campaigned back in 2018, so yeah, it's time. I think that'll be 4 years for governor.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's a short campaign, though. Whew.
Yeah.
22 is here.
Well, she's collected $51 million in her campaign coffers, so hopefully she'll be able to do enough advertising and campaigning and, in this amount of time left.
Yeah, she's a foot soldier, too. So.
Yeah, she is. She knows how to organize. And she's an intelligent woman. That's what I like. When people start acting foul, she does not need to go down to those people's level. She just goes even higher. It's like, I just love her approach.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping the best for her.
Well, she has the credentials. She has the, you look at her spreadsheet and be like, wow. And you see why she has the tenacity, intelligence. Yeah, so.
Well, she had that last time, and they still found a way to jury-rig that thing, but that's all right. She'll get them this time.
Yeah, all right.
All right, well, we got to talk about the usual. Now we got a whole new variant in this coronavirus situation that just seems like it won't go away. Stupid virus. So now there's a new variant called the Omicron variant. And, it was only, the beginning of the week when they said it was discovered in South Africa?
Mm-hmm.
And that it would be a matter of time before it got to the States. And now here it is Friday, and they've already found it in like 5 states. It may be more by now by the time we're talking about it. So New York has confirmed 5 cases, because at first when it hit the U.S., it was like 1 or 2 cases, 1 case in California. Then they had another one that showed up somewhere in the Midwest. Now they got 5 confirmed cases in New York. So it just seems like the way that this virus, as one of the doctors said, it learns. It mutates and it finds a way, basically, to stay alive. So when the vaccines start kicking in and trying to beat it down, this daggone virus finds another way to combat the antibodies and whatnot and basically reinvent itself. So, now there's like Minnesota, who got people infected with the Omicron variant. Of course, New York, Hawaii, Colorado, all of them, along with California, said that they've got cases of the Omicron virus. And some of these are people who did recently travel and return from South Africa. So, just keep an eye out. I'm sure there's going to be more. And all they're telling people to do is, you can't really just stop it per se. So they're telling us medically, they're saying that the best defense we have is to make sure you're vaccinated and boosted. So if you got the shot, make sure you get the booster. And, that's about all we can do. I'm speechless with this COVID-19 that just doesn't want to die. So they're saying that this Omicron variant has been detected in at least 24 countries around the world now. And that's according to the World Health Organization. So, folks got to be safe. Keep your mask on. Even if you go places where they say mask is not required, I highly suggest you keep your mask on. Don't play around. This thing is not playing. So that's all I got to say about it. Keep your mask on. Get your vaccine. Get your booster. And protect yourself. Protect your loved ones. Keep your mask on.
The crazy part about it, people are still being resistant to taking the vaccine. I'm like, okay, it's readily available just about to everyone. Why are y'all hesitating? Because some employers are like, you don't get it? Guess what? You got to go. They're being more strict depending on what type of body of work that you work. So
right.
I'm like, okay, just like you said, just get the shot.
And it's so ridiculous that there are, I believe I heard earlier, that there are over or at least 1 million vials of vaccine that are going to have to be thrown out because they are going to expire like in a matter of days or so.
That's crazy.
And I'm not sure if that's in the U.S. or where these are. It sounded like it was somewhere in the U.S. And I'm like, are you serious?
And it's not, and we thought we weren't going to have enough. And it's like we got too much, but there is an expiration date. So it's like, okay, what are y'all doing? I don't know. It's crazy. But like you said, just get vaccinated. Get it done. So, yep.
I don't know. I just wish I could understand, like, the hesitancy and the fear. I don't know if the fear, I was talking to somebody recently, is the fear about the fear of needles? Mm-hmm. Is it fear of the what you believe to be the unknown? Fear that it's not been, the vaccine hasn't been around long enough?
Right.
I don't know. I'm more afraid of dying by doing nothing than I am of what might be in it or if I do nothing. I'd rather take my chances because at this point, it's been around long enough.
I think a lot of these young people are doing what their friends are doing, especially if they're in a group where they hang with the same people every day, and there's 5 or 6 of them that are tight. They all get up and call each other, and they hang with each other every single day, like leeches in a barrel, and they all have that view on it, so they have that pattern with it, and it's scary, because I actually heard young people say that, 4 of my friends got the shots, I guess I might as well go ahead and get it now, since they gave in and got it, it's like, wow, well,
so now they're the outsider.
Why were you listening to other people like that? But, you never know, because people's maturity and mindsets is based on where they are in their lives, and there's nothing that a person 10, 20, or 30 years older can do about it, because, you're not them for one, and you may not live like they live, and, as they say, youth is a wonderful thing. It's a shame it's wasted on the young. But
that's what they say.
Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to the phone lines. See if we have a comment. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hey. This is Poppa DD Jr. How's everybody doing?
Hey, we're doing just fine.
Is that right? Are you doing fine or are you fine?
Oh, I am fine, and I'm doing fine. Thank you so much.
All right. That's 2 checks in your box.
Right. You know it. What's
But
going
anyway,
on with
listen,
you?
I want to make a comment on this subject. I'm not going to disclose where I work, so anyway, but I will say this. My agency, say, hello?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, my agency has been offering testing and the vaccine. And one particular employee who happens to have been a veteran refused to be tested or vaccinated. So the first step was they were suspended, and I believe, I want to say as of Tuesday or Wednesday, they were terminated.
Wow.
And I was just like, really? This
Well, they
is
told
like
everybody
crazy.
that's what they were going to do in a lot of these
Yeah.
agencies.
So
Yeah,
it's really happening. It is really happening.
But you know what? I will say this, for this person being a veteran, I have encountered several veterans who are very suspicious of anything that the government does. So when the government says they want you to get a vaccine or take certain medications or whatever the case, they are so suspicious and paranoid about it, they go the complete opposite direction of whatever the government is wanting or requesting of them to do. And I've seen this several times. So I don't know if that plays into it. I don't know. It's just something I've noticed.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Just straight up. Matter of fact, I'm scheduled to get my booster on Monday. So.
All right, very good.
That's good.
Yeah,
Right.
I just think, we got to do what we have to do to protect ourselves. I'm not trying to wait around. You hear people saying, well, I'm going to give it a couple of years and see. I'm like, yeah, okay. I hope you're still here in a couple of years to see. Because this virus is not playing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. A lot of people died from it. A lot of people that died from it. And everybody seems to know somebody who, or inadvertently knows someone who perished from it. So I would suggest taking it serious.
All right, then. Well, thank you
All
so
right,
much for listening, calling in.
Yes, well, thank you guys so much.
Anytime. Go on and get your
Any
booster
place.
next. All right, now. All
That's
right,
that
take
Poppa
care,
DD.
now.
That's how the Poppa DDs do. We can just jump off like that.
Okay, then. It's a Poppa DD thing.
Hey.
All right, Poppa DD Jr. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Yeah.
All righty. Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh, Poppa DD. Oh, go
I
ahead,
just wanted
Ketel.
to chime in on that. I was like that. We used to, get shocked when we were younger. We used to line up and, you send your little slip home and tell your parents that you're getting a shot, and that was it. No questions asked. We just did it because we had to. So everybody need to get on the stick and just get it done, like you said. So.
Amen to that.
Okay.
All right. Over to you, Poppa DD. What's happening?
Yeah, weird maturity today. It really is. Well, let's talk about the Cromleys. I guess I'm pronouncing their name right. Cromleys. Ethan Cromley. Don't want to say his name too much. I ain't trying to make him famous. He was the person that was accused of killing 4 fellow students at a Michigan high school. All right, just the other day, early in the week. He'll be tried as an adult and faces murder, assault, and weapons charges. He will also face 1 count of terrorism causing death, a rare charge for a school shooting. So we done had some main shootings that we, they say it's a rare charge for a school shooting. So we've had so many that now is rare for, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Okay, the event unfolded Tuesday at Oxford High School when law enforcement officials say a 15, he only came in this world 15 years ago, okay, which was in the 2000 millennium, okay? So he was born after the year 2000. So he's brand new to the world. 15-year-old student he shot at people in a school hallway, firing at more than 30 shots, which means he had a few rounds in his pocket.
Wow.
So, and as we all know, there was a Christmas gift that his parents got for him, and then they said they saw him in school ordering bullets on the internet. You know, he probably has his parents' Prime account on Amazon or whatever. I don't even search that deep to even know if Amazon sells bullets or where you can get them for that matter, but it's possible. Okay, 3 people died Tuesday, and another passed away in the hospital on Wednesday. 7 others, 6 students and 1 teacher, were also wounded. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bullock said that the county's top prosecutor addressed it as a terrorist charge. Okay. Now the prosecutor said that there's no playbook on how to prosecute a school shooting, and candidly, I wish I never had. It didn't occur. I wish it hadn't occurred, so she wouldn't have even considered. But when we all sat down, I wanted to make sure that all the victims were represented in the charges, and that anything that we prosecuted will cover everybody involved, whether people got hurt, got killed, threatened, or whatever the case may have been. So anyway, like every other child that was in the building, they want to address the fact that it is a terrorist charge, and we must have an appropriate consequences that speaks for the victims and the ones that were not killed or injured who have mental deficiencies for the rest of their life. Okay. So their parents the parents sleeping next to them, and we shouldn't ignore that, they told CNN. And they're obviously 4 children who they won't be going home to their parents, and the parents were very neglectful by just sprucing this whole thing up by providing a brand new gun and brand new bullets and giving to this gentleman who was dead serious on causing harm by sketching stuff in his desk, sending things on the internet, writing all kinds of captions and things like this. This was all over the place. Now, I don't know whether or not if a person of a Caucasian nature, it seems to get blown off. You know, it's really interesting because, I don't know, I think black folks can get arrested for stealing a pencil sharpener off the teacher's desk. You know, something as simple as that, you know. But it seemed like when the white skin is involved, it seemed like it's taken so for granted to not even
taken lightly
not to even pursue it. Well, you know, he's a little crazy. We noticed that Ethan's a little crazy. You know, the way people talk, you know, not knowing that this boy was ready to explode, and explode he did. And so he entered a plea of not guilty at his attorney's request, and the incident was going to be, you know, held over for trial. The parents still at large, by the way. They can't find them to even question them or charge them or what have you. They're hunted fugitives, and they say the FBI, the U.S. Marshal, local police, and everybody is after these parents. Now, they just booked up and ran. You caused all that psychotic mess with your child, and now you're on the run. The question is where you're running to. But then again, with all the Second Amendment supporters, I'm sure somebody would let them go inside their little confounds. You know, some of these people got these little war chests, just in case of a storm, where they could live, and go in a rat hole and, you know, just, you know, don't come out for whatever and change your identity and all kind. You know, I just think in that community there's a lot of mess going on. There's a lot of people to turn to. And like we said earlier during the initial question, I know that people aren't saying anything, the Republicans on the Second Amendment rights, they're being quiet because this is itchy. But I'm sure they're involved in some way. I'm sure they're talking to somebody. I'm sure Trump has got his finger on the trigger. He ain't saying nothing, but I know he has an opinion anytime he just been embracing Rittenhouse for the past few days. You know, he's been taking that little boy by the hand and acting like he's going to be the brand new guy. So it's, you know, this is really to be continued, because you've yet to hear from Republicans, especially your girl again, Marjorie Green. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ted Cruz and all the rest of them that are always saying crazy remarks. I'm sure I give it till the end of next week, and once the parents, I think they're probably waiting until the parents get caught until they have an opinion that we don't think they should second right amendment and that was the child's fault, and the parent. I'm just waiting to hear it. And then when Trump weighs in about 3 weeks, he'll probably give 3 weeks to a month, but I'm sure Trump will chime in, because that's
what
just
about
what they
the comment that the mother made? They said that there was a message or something, a text message, I think, where the mother said something like, just don't get caught. Yeah,
had to do with when he was looking for the bullets or something. They ran across him looking for, and she said, look, just you got to stop doing stuff and getting caught, because I guess that's how people believe, you know.
So she wasn't even bothered by the fact that he was
what he was doing,
looking for ammunition while sitting up in school.
Well,
the teacher saw the things he had drawn. He had drawn some pictures that said blood everywhere, and all this kind of stuff. And the teacher was so disturbed, she took a picture of it from her phone.
Well, most crime continues until somebody gets caught. And when they get caught, it's not the first time they did it. They just got caught. That's what made them stop. Whether it be a serial killer or a pedophile or whatever, they finally stopped because they got caught. And that's the situation with the mom was believing.
They had enough.
And the mother and father, they just as crazy. The father looks like a grown-up him. So it's almost like a replica of the child. So it's not, if you look at the pictures, the father holds his face the same old squandered way, and they all are probably into that whole Republican Trump world where guns is just who's to say how many guns the father already owns? If you're giving your 15-year-old child a gun as a gift, then believe me, your gun rack is already full. You know what I'm saying?
Why would any parent? And I realize I'm getting ready to say something it's a rhetorical question.
Right, which is in your life.
But let me just say, why would any sane parent, let me put it that way, why would any sane parent give a 15-year-old a gun?
Well, you're saying this as a sane person.
I just said, why would any sane parent?
Well, you can't answer that because you got to talk to an as a crazy motherfucker to know that.
I said sane. A sane parent would know better than to give an underage person any type of a gun or a weapon. I mean,
I think
especially when you already know that there's something that's not connected.
Well, you know,
in his head.
The one thing I want to say to people in the world today, my opinion, is that we got to stop speaking for other people. You know what I mean? How you were raised by your parents and your family is your gift. And if your gift involves sanity, common courtesy, love, sincerity, giving nature, then that's your gift. And that's what you have. You ain't got a clue on how another motherfucker was raised, nor do you have a opportunity to know or even try to help them because it could be far gone. You know, it's almost like a computer. Hell, if you didn't get Windows 11, you ain't got Windows 11. If you got somebody sold you some Windows XP, then that's what you got. And if what ain't installed ain't there. So we as people have to stop taking our life, our love, our beauty, and think we're going to install it in somebody else and say, well, man, I can't believe it, because they don't have the ingenuity or the strength or the love or the consideration inside of them to make a wise decision. So that's my opinion on it. I'm going to leave that alone. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, give us a call, 914-803-430443.
I guess crazy birth is crazy. I don't know.
Yes, it's the communities. Go ahead, Ketel.
Yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead. They were talking about charging the parents.
Oh, definitely.
They are.
And the parents are fugitives on the run right now.
That's why they're running.
They're on the run. They're looking for them. Yeah. They're on the run. Parents are on the run. They're gone.
They're to rot then, huh?
Well, I don't think there's much they could do for them. They charge them as an adult. So if you charge as an adult, all your parental guidance and all that's gone because he's an adult the system now, so there's you can't my baby, that's my child. No, don't give a shit. Your child is, you know. Yeah, but the parents. Believe me, this saga is going to continue. This is going to be a deep story. And but I'm sure with the way the Second Rights Amendment people are, somebody then grabbed them and put them in a little foxhole, and you know, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the saga continues.
All right.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. And then on the other side of the break, we're going to hit them and quit them on the Pajama Party Show.
Hey, this is Ketel with the Yellow Top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306. Or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WPJP, Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. When you host Poppa DD, I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, it's that time. Hit them and quit them.
All right, I got the first one here. Simone Sanders. Remember her? She's leaving the VP's office. Departure, which is set for the end of the month, is the second major exit from Harris's office in the last few weeks. Don't make a big deal of it. Y'all need to stop. Simone Sanders, a senior advisor and chief spokesperson for the VP, Kamala Harris, is expected to leave the White House at the end of the year. It was not immediately clear where Sanders is heading next or when she will be leaving the vice president's office. Sanders is the highest profile exit and the second high profile from Harris's team. Ashley Eisen Harris, communications director, is also set to depart the coming week. Goes on to say one of the most publicly recognized individuals in the Biden administration. Sanders transitioned to Harris' vice president team after serving as a Biden campaign senior advisor. You know, remember that during the 2020 election. In her post, she helped Harris juggle a tricky portfolio, including not just trying to address the root cause of migration from the Northern Triangle countries and the federal push for voting rights. Sanders, who traveled frequently with Harris, often was the aide who pushed back against these storylines. That included this past November when she took to Harris's defense amid the latest wave of stories about the uncertainty of her political future.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. I guess, maybe she was just there to help out and then push on, Everybody's not meant to stay. But, of course, I guess they're going to make a big deal about it, so.
Yeah, that could be. Or maybe there's trouble in paradise. I don't know.
Let's hope not. So we'll see. I think it's going to be interesting to see where she goes,
Okay. I'm more curious about why she's going, but I'm going to leave that alone.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we hit them and quit them.
All right.
All right. I got a quick one on cryptocurrency execs. I've never been able to quite get my head around this whole cryptocurrency thing. So I guess this is a good thing that executives of 8 major cryptocurrency firms have been called to testify before the U.S. Congressional Committee on December 8th. That's next week. Witnesses called to appear include Coinbase's Alicia Haas, Circle's Jeremy Allaire, and Bitfury's Brian Brooks. These are 3 I've never even heard of. It'll be the first time that companies representing the controversial sector of cryptocurrency have been questioned in this way. So politicians across the spectrum have been trying to get more scrutiny over this whole cryptocurrency situation. So your girl Elizabeth Warren is all in, saying that she wants to see tougher regulation, and what's his name? 45 way back was saying that cryptocurrency is just a scam. So, but I expect him to say something like that. I'm not going to call it a scam just because I don't understand it. I'll just say I don't understand it, but apparently people are transacting business with cryptocurrencies. So anyway, they're going to call these folks in front of Congress, and I guess they're going to try to get some real information about how this whole thing works. And I think it's not so much about how it works. They're trying to find ways to regulate it. That's what it really boils down to.
It, I would think as well. I mean, what's the value of it, in my opinion?
But I think Congress is more concerned about regulating it, because once you regulate it, you can tax it.
Yeah, but what is
because right now, they're not able to get their hands on any of this. All this digital cryptocurrency is floating around the internet, and Congress isn't getting their share.
What's it worth? Is it red, yellow, green?
Who the heck knows? Some of this stuff can be worth $1 million today and worth $100 tomorrow.
I remember 50 Cent was talking about it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made some money off of it. I remember that when it first came out. 50 Cent made a ton.
Well, that's if you understand it,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, once you look it up, once you look it up and start looking at the jargon of it, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, if what's his name is advertising on TV? Tom Brady.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's doing more commercials about trading and stuff. Yeah, and people think he's trading football teams. He said, no, I'm trading bitcoins or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well.
Well, there are some countries and some cities that are making it like legal currency.
Yeah, but
I don't know how that's going to work out.
How about give me a book and let me know what the hell it's worth or what is it, How can I
that's the thing. The value of it fluctuates so much, and that's what the part that throws me. So places like El Salvador has recently declared Bitcoin, which is one of the ones that we usually hear about. They've declared it in El Salvador to be legal tender, and the president of El Salvador is planning to build a Bitcoin city at the base of a volcano. Okay, so I guess if the volcano erupts, then
is that
what?
a book or a movie?
That's what he's planning to do. And, of course, private citizens own a bunch of it, different kinds of cryptocurrency. And the mayor of Miami and mayor-elect of New York have ambitions to make their cities centers for cryptocurrency business. So I don't know if they're planning to build like a crypto Wall Street where the whole things are traded. And
but somebody has to put out a pamphlet saying what the hell is worth. What is it? That's just, maybe I'm just speaking too ignorant on it, but I need to see, is it the ones, the bigger coins worth more, or
I don't know.
I mean,
well, that's why I'm thinking maybe if they had like a crypto Wall Street type situation, then you could look at the crypto market, so to speak, and then you could see the valuation of all these different cryptocurrencies all during the day.
Well, why don't we bring it to the hood before we take it to fucking Wall Street?
While the market is open.
Why don't we bring it to the neighborhood?
I didn't say actually Wall Street. Yeah, I was saying something that has a setup where you can look at the valuation of all the cryptocurrencies all day long, all night long, and then if you decide you want to invest in it, you can research it, all of that crap.
Whenever you take something to a higher level. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Whenever you take something to a higher level like Wall Street, they put a twist on it and then funnel it back down to the hood. It's like, now they take it up there, and then all of a sudden, well, let's scramble it up with some fucking cheese and butter and some mushrooms and shit, and then we'll cut up in pieces and serve it back to the hood after we'd have figured it out, divvied it out, and broke it down. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of that happening because we need to learn about shit raw instead of after Bezos and shit it all over it, or You know?
Oh,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I was looking at the value. It's $53,088.18 per Bitcoin. So if you want to get in, you need over $53,000 to buy one Bitcoin. So that's the value of it now, you know, per share. So hey, might get that line around.
Knocks me out. That knocks me out.
Yeah, that knocks me out.
Oh,
all right, girl. Okay, you go ahead and get you some.
Does it come in nickel and penny form, or? Because I can't afford that $50,000 joint. It's like a penny slot.
I'm not messing with it. Over to you, Poppa DD. What you got?
All right, what we got? This is an interesting story right here. I knew this was going to happen. You know, RG3. Everybody knows RG3. He was drafted back in 2012, second overall pick behind a guy named Andrew Luck as a quarterback for the Washington football team. And he suffered a knee injury and all, and came back too soon because they were trying to get in the playoffs because a gentleman by the name of Mike Shanahan was trying to keep his job. So he took RG3 like a typical slave driver, brought him back too soon, and he fell on his knee and it just dropped the ball during the playoffs. The ball went one way. He grabbed his knee. I'm just giving a brief over on the story. Mm-hmm. And now he's writing a book and talking about how horrible the team was. So Robert Griffin III has a new book coming out. It's titled Surviving Washington, that he says will walk readers through one of the most dysfunctional franchises in all of sports. All right, that franchise, of course, is the Washington football team. While there's no denying that the franchise is indeed a mess and has plenty of explaining to do on a number of fronts, NFL fans were quick to call RG out after announcing his new book. Now, these are people that are dedicated, Washington football fans and people that are trying to, put down. A lot of people are just, they're going with the flow when it comes to the other side telling them. There's always a group of people that's going to put down the person that's telling the truth. The truth is a powerful thing. And people will ally up to stop that from coming out. The owner of the I call them the fucking Redskins. I don't give a shit. The owner of the Redskins will pay a group of people to become the evangelists against him, inadvertently. Just by putting a fake name on it, just throwing some front money, the same way he did to Malcolm X or whatever. So Griffin was drafting he was drafting his whole book situation while he was saying that he was drafted second overall, like I said, by the Washington Redskins back in 2012 when they were called that, and spent 3 seasons in Washington. Now it seems he's put all his memories and claims, medical mismanagement, and everything he received at the time of that book based on, like I said, the coach Mike Shanahan, who was in the golden years of his career trying to keep his job and trying to get the Redskins into the playoffs. They completely dogged the brother. That was obvious at that time. But at the time, it seemed like Robert Griffin Jr. was too busy trying to help out the Redskins at that time. And now he's worrying about his whole health situation when he should have worried about that then. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much power he had to tell Mike Shanahan he didn't want to play, but Mike Shanahan, being the power person that he was at the time, wouldn't let the brother speak up or get out or what have you. So it's almost a catch-22 situation, because they're saying that back in even as low as a couple of years ago, when he was cut by another team, he called the Redskins to see if he couldn't get a job back there. He tried back in 2018 when he was having trouble with the Baltimore Ravens organization to try to get a starting job back with the Redskins. Now you're writing a book about them when they didn't take you back after you leaving in like 2014 for 3 years, and it's just. But none of that means nothing. I just think the brother should stick to his book, stick to your guns. Stop being distracted with outsiders trying to knock you out. This is the truth for the rich folks trying to stop all the people that's affected by it. The Washington Reds, the Washington organization, the NFL, Mike Shanahan's family. His son now is the coach of the San Francisco 49ers. His name is Kyle Shanahan. So there's a lot of powerful people that don't want to see his daddy's name in a book being smothered. So you'd be surprised, man, when you start speaking on people and speaking on truth. That shit could get you killed, man. It can get you killed. It could really get you killed. Just like the gentleman, what was the one name? I can't think of his name now. The one that had that whole sex ring going on. Ketel, you remember the guy's name that they claimed killed himself in prison? Epstein, I think his name was.
Yeah, Epstein.
Yeah, Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Epstein situation. Do you know how many people is connected to that Epstein situation?
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
yes.
Bill Clinton was his main client, and the prince over there in England, you know, they were his main client. And all of a sudden, oh, he died.
Mm-hmm.
They got pictures smiling with Donald Trump, and I mean, the man was pussy central, and everybody that wanted some young coochie or whatever came to him. And these are endless people. And when I say young, I don't just mean underage young. It just, you know, they were just young, and now they're trying to take the other girl to trial in one of our stories tonight, but just a little footnote on that. You know, it's just like RG3. Now the young lady who's going to trial that was working for Epstein, and all the girls that was involved saying, oh, yeah, we were abused. Yeah, but everybody was getting paid at the time. You know what I'm saying? But now that the cops and the FBI and everybody swarmed in, everybody's a victim. So it's, whew. I tell you what, I'm going to leave that alone. Like I said, good luck with the book there, Mr. Griffin. Good luck with the book. And, you know, that shit can go on and on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sometimes that fast and quick money is not good, and that's what's going to happen. Like you said, people end up, you know, gone away from this place. So, yeah, good luck to them. All right.
Yeah, good luck to
them. Hit it and quit it. This week's NFL players suspended for violating the COVID rules. Antonio Brown and two other NFL players have been suspended immediately for 3 games. Wow. By the league for violating COVID-19 protocols. Tampa Bay wide receiver and teammate Mike Edwards were suspended. Free agent John Franklin III, one second, was also, if signed by a team, is also ineligible to play in the next 3 games. All 3 players have accepted the discipline and waived their right of appeal. The suspensions are effective immediately. Wow. So despite a statement from Brown's lawyer claiming that he is vaccinated and is choosing not to appeal this decision because of the quote-unquote drawn-out and distracting process, we can probably assume that Brown's suspension has something to do with the accusations from his in-home chef that he had sought out a fake vaccination card, and sent a photo of the fake card to the NFL. Okay. So it goes on to say, for those of you who are wondering why Aaron Rodgers had to pay what amounts to be pocket change while Brown, Frank, and Edwards have to sit out on games, the answer is the NFL knew about Rodgers' vaccination status. It's not required for the NFL players to be vaccinated. There are different protocols for vaccinated and unvaccinated players. Really? And the 3 most recently discovered laboratories likely didn't want to have to deal with the stringent protocols. It's also a violation of federal law to create and use a fake vaccine card. So if that is a fact, what happens, suspension may not be the largest of Brown and company's worries at the moment. Wow. Maybe going to jail. Lying. NFL Players Association gets involved, which developed the protocols along with the league, represented the 3 players during a review of the recent allegations that players misrepresented their vaccinated status. Brown, Edwards, a cornerback, and Franklin, a defense back, who last played for the Bucs in 2019, were found in violation of the protocols. Wow. Don't give them no fake vaccination card. You're going to go down. So these 3 guys are suspended for three games then. But that's interesting. there's different protocols for vaccinated and unvaccinated players. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is because, the same situation is with Aaron Rodgers, but he was able to crookedly talk himself around it when he ain't no more vaccinated than the other guy is.
Right, that's true.
And
than
this other guy is, but they I don't understand.
But see, the problem with Antonio is that apparently he had a fake card.
Yeah, but we're talking about the needle going in your arm. Did you get vaccinated or not? I mean, it's not. I don't know.
Right,
I just
but
don't
I'm saying it's a felony to have a fake vaccine card. So, see, for Rodgers, he lied and said he was. What did he say?
But he didn't get suspended or nothing for lying.
No,
I mean,
they fined him. But the problem is that there is already on the books that when you lie or you get a fake, when you get a fake vaccination card, that's illegal. So they'll prosecute you based on the illegality of that. So it's not illegal to lie. It's unethical.
Right. Rodgers just lied. He didn't present a vaccination, a fake one. That's what you're saying.
Right.
That's different. Okay.
Which leads the question. Right, but leads to the question in your life, in your home, what would you trust more in your home, a thief or a liar?
Naga.
You know, I mean that's rhetorical. There's no answer. There's no answer necessary. But who would you trust more in your house, thief or a damn liar? I mean, Anyway.
Yeah. Keep rolling.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens to him. All right. Well, I've got one now about am I up or am I jumping ahead?
No, you up.
Oh, okay. All right. Barbados. Anybody been to Barbados? I would like to go. But Barbados has cut ties with Queen Elizabeth II, and now they are a legitimate republic. Now, this was almost 400 years in the making from when the first English ship arrived on the golden shores of Barbados, and the British colony of Barbados woke up from 400 years ago till today as a republic, free of any British bullcrap. So the tiny Caribbean nation removed Queen Elizabeth II as its head of state in a spectacular ceremony that started late Monday of this week, breaking ties with the British royal family. And now they are one of the islands, which was one of the island's last remaining imperial bonds to the United Kingdom. So this event was held 55 years to the day since Barbados gained full independence, but kept the monarch in a ceremonial role, which I don't understand. If you're going to break. You know, that's like you break up with your living boyfriend, but he's still living there. You'd be like, dude.
Well, they probably.
If we're done, then one of us got to go.
They probably still wanted the protection.
I guess, but now they're pulling out from under all that. They had a big 21-gun salute. They played the Barbadian national anthem. They had Rihanna there, and were deeming her as a national hero. Sandra Mason, who had served as the Governor General or the Queen's representative, has now been sworn in to be Barbados' first president. Beautiful black woman. She is now, she was previously elected to be a figurehead that, responds back and forth to the British Parliament and all that. Now that's done. She's the president. Go ahead, Miss Lady.
Well, who says she's not still in bed with her anyway?
Well, anyway.
But I don't understand, why is Rihanna a hero? I don't understand. It's because she used to live there?
Yeah, she's from there originally.
Yeah, she's Barbadian. Yeah. And I guess they're celebrating all of her accomplishments.
She's a billionaire, so.
She never has forgotten her roots and all that kind of thing.
I got you. Okay. All right. I was lost. Okay. All right.
Yeah, she's a billionaire. So.
She's a billionaire, so,
there's that.
She got a few dollars.
So, since the Queen was not feeling, she hadn't been feeling too well lately, and she's 95, I think.
So she sent Prince Charles, who's the heir apparent to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
So he was there to do the little ceremonial whatever.
Oh, no.
He gave his little speech. Yeah, it was dry as stale day-old toast. But he did
his son, his grandson, I mean.
Oh, yeah. But,
yeah.
you know, he's the one next in line for the job, so he came in and did his thing and said whatever he had to say. But, you know, but what's interesting is that there are some people in Barbados who feel like this was not a good move.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling like, you know, the people who feel that way are the older people.
Exactly, because they understand
the
protection that comes with it. It's the protection that they don't want to lose, because now they can be pirated out by other Caribbean nations that want to come and take them over. Because as long as the British is holding that territory, they're responsible for the military protection, which they got big time. And I tell you though, I think Prince Charles and all of them now, the Queen is, you know, on her final, until somebody dies in their final anything. But that's one less thing they need to worry. They want to worry about. They say, okay, we're getting rid of Barbados. Okay, mark one that off. That's one less thing to worry about. And they're, you know, but the older people are saying, damn, what if one of these pirates roll up here from, you know, from
and want to act a
some
fool.
saint, whatever.
You can't call for the Queen.
Evidence.
So,
but the bigger concern is that is this going to now sort of kick off a chain reaction with some of the other islands that are still under British domain? And they were citing things like with Black Lives Matter. People have been all over the world paying attention to that, which kind of led into this whole desire to get out from under British rule. So we'll see, because there's still at least 20 some odd countries or you know, territories, islands, etc. that are still under British rule.
And people are that way as well. I've worked with people from different areas, you know, Jamaica, what have you, and they were always pro-Caucasian in the office, because when they were raised in their countries, they always respected the white folks because they ran shit, even though they're from a black nation. But white folks overseen it, so therefore the respect they had for white people in the office as coming up as children with a British-run country, you know, like Jamaica was, they're, you know, it's like, damn, you don't respect the shit out of people of color, but you kiss that white man's ass all day. But that's what they've been seeing their parents do their whole life, and then they did, and it's deep. It's really deep. And
I'm sure it is.
I've seen it for a long time.
Well, you know, old habits die hard.
I've seen it for a long time.
I'm going to kick it back over to you, Poppa DD, for the last hit.
All right, the last one I got is this situation with Congress. This stuff is so dysfunctional, it's not even funny. House Democrats are demanding that this lady, Laura, how you pronounce her last name?
Boebert,
that she be stripped of her committee assignments. But what I don't understand when they say strip somebody of their committee assignments, that means they got nothing to do. Like the girl, what's her name? We talked about her all night.
Marjorie Taylor.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's stripped of her assignments. So this woman wakes up every day as a congressperson and ain't on no committees. All she do is wake up and talk shit all day and getting paid and have every rank and privilege of having a staff, having all kinds of stuff. She could still, you know, write bills or do some kind of legislative stuff to make bills or whatever. But she's not on the House and Appropriations Committee or the, you know, whatever.
Senate Finance.
All Senate Finance. She ain't on no committees. So when you take people off committees, you're paying them for free with the staff and everything. Still got the office, the company car, everything else that comes with being a congressperson. Now they're trying to get this lady here, what's her name again? Lauren Boebert? Boebert. She's a Republican from Colorado. That's a girl who slammed they claim that she's a Islamic homophobic because she ripped the girl the girl Omar from Democrat from Minnesota. She's repeatedly weaponized, saying she's dangerous. They saying that the congresswoman from Colorado is anti-Muslim. You know, she's a bigot and all this stuff, the little letters she writing to this. And these ladies are colleagues as congresspeople, even though the one lady is from Minnesota and the other one's from Colorado. But they're fighting like shit right there in the Capitol building. And it's crazy
But
I'm
she's
like,
been going after that sister for a long time.
Yeah, but your personal dilemmas or your personal cat fights ain't got a damn thing to do with the world. I don't give a shit. And don't put that Islamic phobia on there as some kind of cap, because it's deeper than that. You know, cat fights been going on for years. And people just sit back in the office shaking their heads saying, damn, are these two bitches getting along today or are they going to fight all fucking day? And people just get tired and tired of cat fights. I know I do, because I'm like, damn. Then 1 minute you're getting along. Then you're fighting. Then you're not getting along. You're fighting. What the hell? But this is deeper, but how deep is it? You know, what does the one person have over the other? You're from Colorado and you're from Minnesota. Y'all are representing two different areas, two different situations. You're a Republican, you're a Democrat. Why is this woman bothering you? And won't the two of y'all get with a council person so the two of y'all can fight out in private? Because as Americans in this world with all the other shit we got going on, we really don't give a damn. You know, but it's, we're going to, man, let's do the committee, blah, 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 blah. Same with Marjorie Greene, blah, 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 blah. What the hell? Did we elect these people so we can listen to their damn fights, their arguments, their slapping each other around? What the hell is going on with that? And these are Congress people with all the luxuries you got, the best medical plan, the best dental plan.
But she should not be able to get away with the stuff.
I nobody's saying nobody's getting away with anything, and I'm not supporting either one of them. But I'm like saying, hey, look, please, somebody ignore somebody else. Shut the fucking door. Roll up the goddamn window. Turn the fucking music up. What do we do to ignore people? Phase their asses out. Sometimes we got to do basic shit to get rid of an asshole instead of playing into it. And one person going on TV, we don't give a fuck about none of that. They're still shooting up schools and causing all kinds of stuff in the world today, COVID, everything else is going on. And we trying to worry about the Congress people to give us money to keep the government open. But these hoes can't stop fighting. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, they work for the people, allegedly. Yeah, they need to
for her to keep calling or referring to Ilhan as a terrorist and talking about she's part of the jihad and all this so stupid stuff. She needs to stop that mess.
Not even knowing the history of half the people in the world.
She's bullying that woman, and that woman needs to knock her in her damn eye. So she'll shut the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying. They need to go pay-per-view because I'd buy a ticket for pay-per-view to see their asses. I really would.
She's trying to goad her into doing that. See, then she'll say, see, I told y'all she's a terrorist. Look at what she did to me.
Yeah,
she just attacked me out of the blue for no reason.
Yeah, and all this is, and how old is the two of them?
They're grown enough to be in the Senate.
Exactly.
The House or whichever one it is.
Yeah, you know, one is probably 59, the other one is 43, and
it's
damn,
ridiculous.
you know. It's,
all right, well,
we need a cocktail.
Yes, exactly. Can we please do that? What's the cocktail of the week this time?
Woo, we need one. Bourbon Swizzle.
Oh, yes, swizzle it.
A bartender's favorite. The Bourbon Swizzle gives you a dazzle blend of sweet and bitter tones, and Bullet Bourbon provides a bold and satisfying spirit base. So we have 1.3 ounces of Bullet Bourbon, which is pretty good. I think one of the best on the market. 1 ounce of lemon juice, 0.7 ounces of simple syrup, 0.25 ounces of ginger syrup, 3 mint sprigs, 3 dashes of aromatic bitters, and 3 dashes of Picard bitter. All right. So we need a highball glass, a jigger, a knife, and a swivel stick. We need a swivel stick. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
So dry shake, pour into a highball glass, top with ice, and swizzle. Keep the mint on the top. Keep the mint on the bottom and top with more crushed ice. Garnish with 3 dashes each of aromatic bitters and then Picard bitters, a mint sprig, and a candied ginger. Wow. Interesting.
There's a lot going on, but it sounds good.
It does. It's called the Bourbon Swizzle. So check it out.
All right. All right, the cocktail of the week is brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment, our parent company. And thank you, Ketel, for say it again, the bourbon
Swizzle.
Okay, bourbon swizzle, got it. All right, Poppa DD, you ready for what's poppin'?
Yeah. You know what? Let's do something different tonight. If we can have our callers call in and talk about what's on y'all mind for a couple minutes, and let's
okay.
know. So anybody on the line, if you want to press 1 while you're on the line listening, and talk about what's bothering you today with the world or with the. We're waiting, so we want to take a short CC. Give people a chance to get lined up, or what?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, do a short one, and like I said, press 1 and see if anybody got anything they want to talk about.
All right, and if you're online, you can call us at 914-803-4306 and press 1.
Press 1 and you'll be put on the queue.
All right, well, okay, we'll do that. We'll take a quick break and give you guys time to jump in on the queue and figure out what you want to talk about. And we'll be back after a very quick break.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to John Pine Money with Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay, well, we see no takers on the call there. Nobody came up on the microphone. That's all right. This is your life, your future. Speak on it. But anyway, all right, just want to get back with that situation with the shooting at the schools. Let's speak on that again for a minute. Now, these ladies is fighting in Congress, and nobody is still doing any kind of gun laws to make anything harder for anybody to buy a gun, or just, it's so easy for somebody that has a criminal record not to buy a gun, but people that are completely so-called sane can buy a gun and do damage. Now, I don't understand that, and that's just some backward stuff. And, this situation here, this guy gave all the signs that nobody saw. Now, was he caught in the middle of a whole Caucasian forgiveness ring? And then the superintendent comes on the microphone of the situation saying that, well, we saw no particular threat. Well, did you even come out of your office? Because when they brought him into the office to talk to people, he's talking to counselors and people like that. And you're the superintendent with all these different killings in school over the past few years. Don't you think a superintendent should step up whenever there's the slightest bit of whatever? Every time you go on a cruise or go somewhere, any cruise you go on, Norwegian or you name it, they're going to have a muster station for you in case somebody goes overboard or there's trouble. You got to get in lifeboats. The first thing you do when you go on a cruise is find a muster station. Where do you muster at when there's something going on? Because they got to count and make everybody accountable. But this situation here in the school, the superintendent he gets on the bank saying, well, I didn't think it was, bullshit. You're doing your regular routine, everybody's regular routine, 2-hour lunch break, pinch your secretary's ass, do what you do, drink your cup of coffee, get your little crimpets and your donuts, make a little speech, do some emails, and that's everybody's day. Everybody's so used to their damn routine that nobody's used to the unusual, the different, the out of the ordinary. That's why when stuff happens, stuff gets so jammed up. whether it be buses, railroads, airplanes, airports. Whenever something adverse happens, everybody's always shaking through a loop, and now everything is backed up like crazy. When D.C. had a derailment in the tunnel, oh, we got to shut down all the trains down, and all of this and all of that, because nobody properly prepared for anything. Does anybody even go out there watching the tracks and seeing what's happening? You know? Anything. With something going in the airport, bam, everything's backed up. Everybody's out 4 or 5 hours. Flights delayed and all that. Because everybody's doing regular shit, making money, and nobody's preparing for the unexpected. So, anyway, I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
Any questions, comments, give us a call. Press 1, you want to talk.
I'm prepared for the unexpected.
Your day is not going to be normal. Especially in the world today. What's normal? Every time I get up, man, hell, I look both ways if I step out the front door anymore today. I don't just walk out of the fucking house. No way. You know. Anyway.
That's good advice. All right. Well, we're going to lighten it up and move on down to the weird news. And, Ketel, you are up first.
That's weird news of the week.
All right.
Wow, that's crazy. A woman gets drunk, okay, falls asleep next to a guinea pig. A woman with a very bizarre and pretty gross habit just learned her lesson in a terrible way. We'll put her on the kiss list. Gara Sullivan is a permanent makeup artist who posted on TikTok about what happened one night when she got drunk and slept with her guinea pig. Okay. Apparently it's something that she enjoys doing on the regular. But after what happened on one fatal night, we're guessing she's going to start the rodent cage. In her cringe-worthy post, she details a very weird incident. So sometimes when I'm drunk, I like to get my naked guinea pig out and sleep with her on the floor. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Okay, she posted. So on the Thanksgiving day, I woke up to pee and catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror. She goes on, she says, well, she was confused. But what she saw took her by surprise. This chick done ate my bangs off. Gara holds up the little frail piece of her bangs in the camera. You can clearly see the result of all that nighttime snacking. It's so incredibly strange, but it's also not really that shocking because guinea pigs will eat literally anything you put in front of them. In fact, hay is their all-time favorite thing, and hair looks kind of like hay. Okay. Some people in the comments call the little muncher Gara's Midnight Barber, which is a pretty good joke. Even Gara found the humor in the whole situation. Oh, boy, that's something. Damn, guinea pig ate the bangs. Wow.
Ate her bangs off.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess she won't lay on the floor drunk with a guinea pig again.
Won't happen.
Well, I've got one about PETA, you know, the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, that group. They recently took aim at fashion stores such as Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie, and Free People with a launch of their own shop that they call Urban Outraged. The store features items that are said to have been crafted from human parts. When you go onto their website, you stumble across clothing items and accessories that are described as being made out of the quote-unquote finest leather, and then when you take a closer look, the images are more gruesome and spine-chilling, and some of them actually have human faces on the jackets and the shoes featuring human teeth. This is crazy. They say some of these things even some of the items resemble human blood oozing from some of the handbags. Now, according to their press release, the campaign is intended to be reminiscent of Buffalo Bill's suit from the 1991 movie Silence of the Lambs. And PETA says that they're doing this to put pressure on retailers that they believe continue to peddle clothing made from animal leathers and furs. So the website is not a real store. It's a real website, but they, of course, do not have a store with leathers made from human skin. But they put these images up there to drive the point that they feel like, basically what they're saying is if you feel comfortable wearing animal skin, then what's the difference from wearing, jackets and shoes and handbags made out of human skin? I'm like, wow, PETA is really going in. I'm like, whoa. And like I said, the stuff is on this website, on their website. If you want to look at it, you can look up PETA, I guess, find it on there. That's wow. I understand the point it makes, but that's really taking it too deep. But anyway, that's my weird news. All right, what you got, Poppa DD?
I got this weird news here. A man finds a rare deep sea monster on the beach. We got a picture of it too, and this man is like pointing down at it. He's a little too close to that. It's dead, but let's see. A man saw something out of a nightmare when a deep sea monster washed up on a San Diego beach. According to KGTV, his name was Jay Belzer. He walked on Black Beach on November 13th when he spotted a scary-looking fish he thought was a jellyfish. It's a little big to be a jellyfish, but a closer look revealed it was what they call a Pacific football fish. I don't know if you look on Google, but it says a Pacific football fish. It's got a big old head and sharp teeth and looks like a football. It lives in the Pacific Ocean in depths of 2,000 and 3,000 feet where sunlight doesn't penetrate the waters. So according to the California Academy of Sciences, they have needle-sharp teeth and that point inward. And some male football fish attach themselves to the females as a sexual parasite, losing all their eyes and internal organs when they're having sex. The only thing not going in it is their testicles. What the fuck? How the fuck was that even necessary? Anyway, I've never seen anything like this before. This is what the guy Bill just said when he told the San Diego police. I go to the beach fairly often, so I'm familiar with the territory, but I've never seen an organ that looks as bad as this. They show a picture of it here. It's looks like a big old football with teeth and everything, and it's just a ball type thing, and it's called a football fish. He's about 3 feet long, and he weighs about 110 pounds, according to National Geographic. So National Geographic knows about this thing, but they're such parasites, and they're hidden so much that nobody really reveals itself. So, but they say every time. But the thing about it is every time they go to investigate it, they're a little late getting to it because they say the crabs and the seagulls just devour it because there's so much food on it that they just chop it up. By the time they get there, there's nothing left to it.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is weird.
San Diego, California.
Oh, I hope I never saw one. That sounds really disgusting.
I'm going to stay off that damn beach.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, that's why it's the weird news, We just try to keep you informed with some of the things you may have heard about and some that you probably didn't and may wish you didn't. So, what are we going to do? Are we taking it? Yeah, I tell you. Are we going to a break or are we going to keep it rolling?
It's up to you. You're up.
Oh, okay. Well, and then I say, let's take a break, and then we're coming back with, I'm Just Saying, on the Pajama Party Show.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner, and you can join us online, or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party Crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 803-4306 and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, it's that time.
All right, Redwine's going to inform us with, I'm just saying, what you got going on today?
You know what? Tonight, I'm thinking about the Supreme Court and this whole thing with them hearing the abortion case. So tonight, I'm saying Supreme Court need to stop meddling. All these states need to stop meddling. All these people that are involved in this whole abortion rights, right to life, the whole situation, people need to stop meddling. If you don't have anything to do with it, stop meddling. I don't understand why. Well, let me preface that by saying, first of all, in my opinion, it's really not about pro-life or pro-choice. It's about pro-mind your business, in my opinion. If a woman, or a man for that matter, who's involved with a woman, and they find themselves in a position where they're feeling either incapable or non-desiring of bringing a child in this world, if that's their choice, they should have a right to make that choice. Why does the Supreme Court or the states feel like this should be something that's outlawed? I don't understand that. Because basically it's still a medical procedure. Now, for people who have an ethical issue with it, that's between you and the person you're dealing with. If you have an ethical issue or a religious issue with it, that's your business. Nobody needs to be meddling in your business. But for these people, these justices, to sit up and decide whether they should pass legislation to tell any woman what she can and can't do with her own body, to me is so ridiculous and ludicrous. I just don't get it. And the thing is, whether they decide to overturn the Roe versus Wade case or not, you're not going to stop people from choosing to do what they want to do with their body. You're not. All that's going to happen is people will go back to doing what they did years ago when it was illegal. They will go to back alleys. They will risk their lives if they really feel that determined to terminate a pregnancy, or they will drive across state lines to somewhere where you can't without fearing going to jail. So you're not going to stop it. All you're doing is making it riskier, more inconvenient, and just making it a hassle for people. I understand the whole thing about the heartbeat and all of that. I still say it's up to that person. If you can live with yourself when you make that decision, then that's between you and whatever supreme being, God, Jesus, whatever you believe in. That's between you, he, she, it, etc. Congress, judges, all these other folks should have nothing to do with it. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying all these people need to stop meddling, because where do they draw the line? And even if the Supreme Court decides that they're going to shut it down and say that, or not shut it down, if the Supreme Court decides that they're not going to rule and make it illegal, you've got right now at least 21 states that are already standing by. Because the deal is this: if the Supreme Court says it's going to be up to the states, we're not getting in this. The states can choose to do whatever they want. That's what these states are waiting for. There's at least 21 states right now that already have their stuff ready to go, put it in motion. Just want to flip the switch. And as soon as the Supreme Court says, our hands are off of it, y'all do what you think is best, then that's what they're going to do. And like I said, women are going to just go across the line, state line, or they'll take a chance and go someplace where somebody says, I know somebody that knows somebody that can give you the hookup. That's how women bleed to death and die. I'm just saying this whole thing is just going way too far. It is out of control. If people can go and get surgeries to change their gender, who the hell are these people to say you don't have the right as a woman to decide if you want to bring a life into this world, crazy as it is? Who are they? Stop meddling. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, stop meddling. Y'all doing way too much. These Supreme Court judges need to go somewhere and sit down. These states people, all these people, usually a bunch of old people who couldn't have a baby if they wanted to, are making all these decisions. That's the problem. And, all right, I'm going to leave it alone. And that's what they need to do. Leave it alone.
Soapbox?
Yes, I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah, that's a deep subject.
Yeah, it's a very touchy subject. And I usually don't talk about it.
A lot of
but
people
I'm
are scared to talk about
it
because they wonder what people are going to think about what they got to say. But I think the best thing you said on that is that people are allowed to do butt lifts and titty reductions and titty growth and all kind of shit they got to do with anything else underneath that knife. But, but then people got an issue with other things they got to do with anything else when all that shit could be considered real morbid.
Yeah.
If you look at it in
I'm
certain
saying
ways,
people can change their gender. If you don't want to be a female anymore, you can go get a surgery and be a male. You don't want to be a male, you can be a female. You can, all of these things you have a right to do. And if anybody doesn't like it, that's their problem. It's your body.
Yeah, that was a bold statement, Yeah, we run out of time, so on my limit for the city thing, I'm just talk about immigration for a second, how people nowadays act like they want to fight all the immigrants that are coming over when half the people in the world are immigrants.
Oh, you're right
half
about
of the
that.
Congress people, half the people in Congress nowadays, the guy that won the Attorney General for the state of Virginia in the last election in November, his commercials was about my mother was an immigrant. Yeah, now he's the Attorney General. So if you do something in Virginia of a serious crime, he's going to be the one to, to send you up the river or at least file charges against you. And I'm just saying that as an example, but, I understand, you can't have free will where everybody come over and do what they want to, but everybody has come over. The only people that hasn't came over is black people, came over as slaves, and then, we were here. We were here now watching everybody else, our parents and grandparents and everybody else. We're here, so we were settled in. But people come in every day by droves, but the people that are trying to stop them, whose parents themselves are immigrants, that's the self-righteous popcorn and kettle black shit that I don't like. They sit back as Congress people, senators, saying, immigrant. And then in a quiet time, well, I'm an immigrant. Well, it was different then. What the hell? What was different? They crossed the same damn river, used the same little-ass boat, did the same shit you did, but it was 50 years ago, and you was on your mother's lap. So you don't want to talk about that time frame because you was in the boat. But now you see other people in the boat on TV, you want to say, send that damn boat back. Like Donald Trump acting like he never had immigrants. All that land he had and golf courses he never had no illegals cutting all that damn grass he had. And all those casinos he had in Atlantic City and all that shit. He never had no illegals working for your ass for years. And now you want to act like you so anti-immigrant? So that's my beef on that. I just want to throw that out there and just mellow on that for a minute. And, we're going to go to Hollywood. You want to go to Hollywood? You want to take a break?
A short break.
All right. Well, thank you for that one, Poppa DD. You're so right. So many of these people that talk all this stuff about immigration.
Oh, and they came over in the boat.
Got more immigrants in their family.
Of course.
But everybody want to act all brand new, like you came over on the Mayflower or something.
Yeah.
And please.
Like their boat had lights on it and streamers.
Please.
Yeah, they were just as greasy and dirty as anybody else, but now they're senators and my mother was an immigrant 20 years ago. He opened up a restaurant in New York and now we own the most expensive. Yeah, you rich as a motherfucker. Anyway.
All right.
Take a break?
We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Hi, this is Poppa DD. If you haven't heard of the Pajama Party, you're missing out. We got hot topics, hidden quitter headlines, what's poppin' with me, weird news, I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city again with me, the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel, the cocktail of the week, the world's famous kiss it list, and of course the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at 914-803-4306 or listen at www.apajamaparty.com and also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One, your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time to get the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel.
Going to Hollywood?
Right.
Yep.
Come on.
Right. Hollywood. Hollywood.
All righty.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. What is the biggest story we're talking about is a Jacqueline Avant. She's the wife of music icon Clarence Avant, and she was shot to death on Wednesday. The philanthropist and wife of legendary music executive Clarence Avant was shot and killed on Wednesday in Beverly Hills in their home. And the police department don't think that it was random. That it was she was an intended target. This is crazy.
It is crazy.
Their daughter Nicole Avant is married to Netflix CEO and Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos. Oh wow! So Netflix spokesman confirmed that Clarence Avant was not injured. The husband was not injured, and the Beverly Hills police officer says, "I don't think it was a random attack." So they think that she was an intended target. It's interesting to find out to see, I guess, what they were into, but she's an older woman. She's like in her 70s or 80s. So I don't know unless it has something to do with, Clarence Avant, he's 90. They call him the godfather of black music. He's a pioneer, filmmaker, and Grammy winner executive. So I'm not sure. Maybe somebody got mad and I think they were maybe, mad at him or something, and they took it out, on her. Unfortunately,
I don't know.
That's how people do. So, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. But I believe they did get a suspect though. So we'll see how this.
They did.
Yeah. So that's a good. That's good. They got him that quickly. Most of the time they don't get him that quick. So. Also, a new book is coming out called Colorization, explores the history of black artists in Hollywood. The new book, Colorization, 100 Years of Black Films in a White World, unpacks the lens through which characters have been seen. The author, Will Haygood, he explores this by using 3 movies, Imitation of Life and 2 other movies. I was going to say black actors were on screen, mostly in the background. So this book is going to talk about that. So interesting. It's called the Colorization, 100 Years of Black Film in White World. All right. Also, Michelle Obama. She's going to appear on the last season of Blackish. The Johnson family is welcoming their new visitor, which is Miss Michelle Obama. They're going to be in their final season, and they said they're going to go out with a bang. This is their 8th season, last season. And one of the writers, Barrett, said, in this day and age, it is rare to get to decide when your show should come to an end. So he's like, and we are grateful along with ABC to be able to make the final season exactly what we hoped it for it to be. So I'm quite sure they're going to have a lot of surprise guests on there as well. So, but
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm not a Blackish viewer all the time, but Miss Michelle Obama, she's going to be on there, so I'm going to watch. I'm going to check it out.
Oh, I love Blackish. I think I've seen just about every episode.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Also, Tristan Thompson, accused of fathering a trainer's child, and he responds in court docs. We know Tristan, he's teamed up with, he's been with Khloe Kardashian. They have 2 children already. So a personal trainer who just gave birth from Texas claims that Tristan Thompson is the father of her child. And in court documents, he did admit to sleeping with the 31-year-old woman. Okay, so I think that speaks for itself. So
yeah,
it is what it is. And if Khloe goes back to his ass one more time, shit, I'm going to disown her ass.
Yeah, shame on her.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you going to put yourself in that position anymore? Mm-hmm. Also, Alex Baldwin, he gave an emotional interview with George Stephanopoulos, ABC. Hey, he was going into the shooting. He said it should have never happened. He doesn't understand how a real bullet got in the gun and everything. He said he hasn't been sleeping, eating, nothing. So this was an interesting interview. I saw bits and pieces of it. It aired on Thursday night, but this is the first known interview that he's given, and I gave it to George. Interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this.
Yeah.
If he's going to be charged or not. I don't think so. I mean, this folks got too much money, but they're going to pin it on somebody. That's my thing.
I mean, the bags under his eyes were real. I mean, they were heavy.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Like you said, they were real.
But on the other hand, brother didn't look like he had missed any meals either. So.
Well,
you talking about you haven't been eating. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so. Also, actress Lindsay Lohan. Haven't heard that name for a while. She announces her engagement. Girlfriend's living in Dubai now. She done got her a Dubai man. I was like,
oh, okay.
I'm not mad at you. You got a 5 or 6 carat ring. I'm like, okay. I'm not mad at you at all. So, kudos to her.
Okay.
But they were also mentioning her as far as being on the Housewives as well. They're going to do a Housewives in Dubai. So.
Oh, my gosh.
See that? Yeah, that's what I say.
Is that really necessary?
Yes, it is. I guess it is. So it is what it is, right? Okay. Well, that's my Hollywood wrap-up for tonight. I'm going to cut it short because time is running short. So that's my Hollywood wrap-up. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Ketel. Got all kind of information tonight. Appreciate it. All right. Well, Poppa DD, that takes us down to the Kiss It list.
Yeah, the Kiss It list.
If you could just explain to everybody what exactly is the world-famous Kiss It list. Break it down.
The people that showed their butt hiney over the last week or so.
All right. Who we got on the list?
Let's put that representative, what's her name? Lauren
Boebert.
Boebert.
Yeah,
put her on the list. She's picking fights with this other young lady, so I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's personal.
Yeah, I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Always.
Yeah, she's always on the list.
45 is on there.
Ted Cruz,
yeah.
I got one for you. Mariah Carey.
Really?
I'm putting Mariah Carey on the Kiss It list because I'm not sure what day of the week it was, but she had to get 6 men to help her walk with this heavy dress, this gown she had on. The dress was 60 pounds in weight because apparently it had a bunch of jewels and whatnot on it. But she needed 6 grown men to assist her just so she could walk
someplace in this dress. I'm like, Mariah, you're doing too much now. Come on. Really? A 60-pound dress and 6 men to help you walk in it? Girl, go sit your over-pampered self down.
Yeah, she's a mess.
So, I got to put her on the kiss it list this week.
Oh, you can't be happy with her. What's up?
There's something wrong with her.
Okay.
What's his name? Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown with the fake vaccination card situation, whatever that was all about. Come on, brother. If you got vaccinated, you should have had a card.
And the chef turned him in because he probably owed the chef some money.
Yeah, something was going on. The chef sure did rat him out.
Mm-hmm.
The woman who got drunk with her guinea pig. And the guinea pig ate her hair off.
Was that a real hair or was that a wig?
It was her bangs up on the over her forehead.
Mm.
That guinea pig sure did make a meal off of him.
Must have been the moose in there.
And I'm gonna put PETA on the list. That organization. You know, y'all are doing way too much to put that stuff together with the pictures of leather jackets that had human body parts that appears to have human body parts. Just to make your point, you going way too far now with it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's just too much.
Yeah. And I had the Queen and the British family.
Oh, okay. I was like, the Queen of who?
That was all I had. So.
Yeah, and Prince Charles, dude, loosen up. You really need to loosen up because he just is,
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to take this role, oh my gosh. Okay.
Him and Princess Diana was such a mismatch anyway.
Yeah.
It was a huge mismatch. That's why he ended up with that little girl he's always been with, Carmella. Is that her name?
No, I forgot what her name is, but yeah.
It was Carmella.
It's Carmella. It
is Carmella?
Yeah.
Okay,
right, why are we dwelling on them? What we got for them?
Okay, we got something for everybody on this week's Kiss It list, and here it is.
My entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for the last word. Over to you, Poppa DD. What's your last word for tonight?
My last word is I just want the schools to take stuff serious. You know, when you see the slightest notion of a child, you know, just doing some erratic stuff, man, just shut it down. You know, shut them down. And they should have checked that boy's backpack. That's where the damn gun was. But, you know, let the race get in the way all the time.
Yeah. All right. Well, my last word is, first of all, people need to stop meddling in things that don't really concern you. Mind your own business. Mask up. When you go to places where they say, oh, you don't need to wear a mask here. This new virus strand is out here, Omicron. Wear your mask. Get your shot. Get your booster. And mask up. Protect yourself. That's my last word. What's your last word, Ketel?
I'm going to kind of piggyback on that. If folks are a certain age or whatever, and you're not going to the doctor on a regular basis, that's what you need to do. You know, check and see what you need. Either it's a booster shingle shot, flu shot, whatever. Just get it done because of your health, so you can stay strong and healthy. That's my last word. So.
All right. All right. Well, we got it in like we came to do. And we hope you all enjoyed the show. We're going to do it again next week, same time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And I hope you'll be here to join us. And I guess that's it. I'm done. You going to say goodnight, Papa?
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night. Arrivederci. Adios. Bon va.
Ciao, Bella.
Later.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night. Party crew, keep it real for you. No